Hey everyone, this is Jeffco 21st Century Virtual Academy News, and I'm Gracie Baker. Next Tuesday, December 4th, there is a greeting card event. We will be decorating holiday greeting cards for local senior citizens. It will be from 6 to 8 p.m. As always, there are tons of scholarships for juniors and seniors. Take advantage of these. Seniors, graduation will be here faster than you think, so we have some things we need you to do. You need to order your gown and join the class of the 2013 Schoology group. Well, you need to do these soon. You need to do these by January, which are submit your senior picture to Miss Har and submit your 10 to 12 photos for the slideshow. That will be all of this week's news. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Jane Good, science teacher with Jeffco's 21st Century Virtual Academy, and I am in a familiar place to those of you in my class at my desk with my Einstein zombie in the background. And I have 5 questions that Tabby has sent me to answer this week. So the first one, Tabby, really, you made me work. It's, do they have the word dictionary in the dictionary? And yes, I did look it up. I suspected, yeah, it's probably there. And it is. You guys don't need to look it up. It's in the dictionary. Number 2, if you were stranded on a desert island and could only bring 3 things, what would they be? And I'm going to kind of cheat on this one because I really don't want to be stranded on a desert island. I really like my life. I like my family, my house, my pets. So I'm going to bring a helicopter, a pilot, and a fully charged iPod full of great music to listen to all the way back home. I know it's cheating, but that's the best I could do. And number 3, if you could only eat one kind of food for a month, what would it be? That's tough. One food for a whole month, but I really thought about what do I eat every single day? Just about every single day. I do eat roasted poblano peppers. I know it's kind of a strange food addiction. I actually go to the grocery store once a week and buy like a dozen poblano peppers, roast them up on my grill so I can eat them with everything. So I don't know if I could get by without them, so I probably have to have my roasted peppers. I can sometimes do with jalapenos, maybe in Anaheim if I'm really slumming, but really prefer the poblanos. And number 4, what is your favorite season? I'd have to say it's right now, it's fall. It's so gorgeous. You go outside in the morning and it's that crisp, cool, sometimes really cold, frosty, warms up beautifully in the afternoon. So I really think in Colorado, fall is the best because we have a great variety of temperatures during the day. And every really warm day feels like such a gift because soon it's going to get really cold. And then number 5, this is a good one, Tabby. When a cow laughs, does milk come out of its nose? Okay, that is only going to happen if the cow has had a great big glass of milk before it laughs. So we'd have to assume that number 1, the cow could drink a glass of milk. Number 2, that it could actually laugh. And keep in mind, those mammary glands are nowhere near the nasopharynx. So, like I said, unless it's just ingested some milk, not a possibility. Well, thanks, Tabby. Good questions, and everybody have a great week.
10 is Ralph Carr. He was governor from 1939 to 1943. You guys will remember your history that back in 1941 an event happened. It was called Pearl Harbor. Well, that Pearl Harbor precipitated hysteria among most of all of the people here in the United States. It was decided that the Japanese Americans, now these were people that were not naturalized. Some of them were actual Americans. They were born in the United States of naturalized parents. It was decided by the Federal Government War Administration Act to take them and put them in internment camps. Governor Carr said that is not correct, that's not right, that is a violation of the rights of the citizens of the United States. So he fought against that. He was not very popular. He said to the War Department, look, as governor, I can control the lands of the state of Colorado, and I will not allow an internment camp built on state lands. Well, if you want to build it on federal lands, you can do that. Well, the government said, well, we don't build it on federal land. So what did the government do? They appropriated a lot of money. They went down to Grenada and they bought farms from everybody. And they didn't tell them what they were going to do with them. They just came in. Now this, we're getting close to after the Dust Bowl, 1941, 42. They were just recovering from the Dust Bowl, and there wasn't much agriculture down there. I know that. My father came from that part of Kansas. So they built Amachi down by Grenada, and they located about 110,000 people in that area. It was the biggest 7,500 people down there, 110,000 here in the West. It was the biggest encampment that Colorado had ever seen. Governor Carr continued to fight for the rights of the Japanese Americans, became very, very unpopular, was not elected in the 1944 election, tried to run for the Senate, was not elected there. But he stood on his rights. This man was an absolute principled politician. It's a great book. If you ever get involved and want to do a great social studies report, do Adam Schrager's Principled Politician. It talks about what we all want to be, and that is we want to be people that vote our principles even when it's not popular. Now, let's head right on over.
Really important things with Ralph Carr. The new Judicial Center just catty corner here a few years ago as it was rebuilt. Those of you who have been down here before know that there is an older structure there. It's kind of like a building on stilts, and that's where the Supreme Court is now or was. And we appropriated some money, what was it, 4 years ago?
4 years ago.
To rebuild the Judicial Center and actually have it be a 21st century building. But part of what we did is that we named it the Ralph L. Carr Judicial Center after Governor Carr, because Democrats and Republicans came together and said that we all respect him for the stand he took. I also want, on a personal note, you'll notice his last name, Carr, C-A-R-R, and my last name, Kerr, K-E-R-R, are actually the same name. So when you go back to Scotland, you'll find in the graveyards there are a lot of the same, the names right next to each other. And they're basically the same family with different spellings. My dad's name is Ralph Lee. So in a way, Ralph L. Carr is almost my dad. So just wanted to make sure you know that. That's good.
So anyway, this is guys, come up here just a little bit closer. Because what I want to tell you is best you can kind of right here in front of close to this, and all this together. So you take a look right up there. What would be up there, on the other side of what they've done to us, is the top of the dome. Now, from where we are to the inside of the dome is about 15 stories. So this building is very, very deceptive. From when you're out on Lincoln, which is right where we were, up to the top of the aircraft boarding beacon, it's about 19 and a half stories. That's a pretty tall building. It was the tallest building in Colorado. In Denver for years, people would come in the observation deck to look at the mountains and get a view. Okay, more closer to home, all of these pictures were done by Alan True, and he was a muralist of the day, and he depicted what we really need, and that is water. Water is the lifeblood of our state. It keeps us, me, from choking, and it also helps drive our industry. These were put up in 1941, and they were painted as a result of a WPA project from the Depression era. Okay, since there's not much else to look at here now that we've got ourselves, and I hope I'm going to assume that they've got something more than that paper over there, because if they drop anything on that paper, and I don't want to be standing here, we're going to have another crack in these. So, okay, Senator, I'm going to go upstairs. Is that okay? Okay, let's head up.
In case you didn't notice, there was a visitor in the newscast today. This is Stella. She is the J21VA news cat, and she loves you. And she may or may not appear in my shot, so I'm sorry if you noticed that and you were like, what? And so here she is, and she's trying to get away, so goodbye.